Today, I'm bringing you guys another AI case study, which is with a client who's a partner. He's been working with us for over a year now, and he started working with us when he was serving e-commerce niche, and then he switched to local lead gen. But in the last few months, he's actually pivoted to selling an AI WhatsApp system. And what's crazier is that he's not even selling it in a first world country. He's from Trinidad and he's selling it to other countries around the islands. And that's what's crazy. I'm bringing you guys the interview. I'd love if you guys can hear out his story, listen to what kind of system that he's selling. We're too early in this AI phase to necessarily say that all AI solutions are consistently delivering value. But does that really matter? Not really. Because at the end of the day, it's not necessarily about having it be perfect. It's making sure that you're not the last person to either implement AI in your company or to sell AI. Because if you're the last person selling AI or implementing AI in your company, then you won't have taken advantage of the money. So, but yeah, check out the full webinar if you didn't get to check it out in the link below. Bye-bye.
I guess life, when like enough is enough and you have nothing to lose, I was like, you go to the one like you trust the most.
I've never seen a really valuable company with like 5 clients.
We spent 11K pounds, made up like over 100 grand.
For me, that's why shutting down the 30K a month business wasn't scary to me.
It's a very sophisticated industry. Therefore, you have to know your shit.
When I wake up and I look at lead flow, I look at conversations, I look at calls booked, I look at calls taken, I look at cash collected, I look at revenue, I look at subscribers. All right. Welcome to this Natural Born Leader interview. I'm bringing you guys a lot of them in the upcoming few weeks. And today we have Endel. Endel, I'd love if you can kind of like introduce yourself, let people know where you're from, what you sell, and yeah, just give them a little bit of context first before we get started.
Yeah, dude, sure, bro. Thanks for having me. Real quick, my name is Endel Nicholas. I was born and raised in the Caribbean, specifically Trinidad and Tobago, which is south of the Caribbean. Population is like 1.3 million or something like that. Right. Been in the space for a while, long while, since probably 2020. So 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. 4 years. Been at it, SMMA and all that stuff, agency model. Right now, I started off in the e-com space for like 3 years. I was in the e-com space.
Okay.
It was getting harder I did strictly cold email. Actually, no, before that, sorry, I lied. I started here locally, reaching out to people locally here, restaurants, gyms. Yeah. You name it, like anything. And they all honestly looked down at my age, right? I was 20 at the time. I had someone look at my school rank, because I just finished school.
Really?
And he was like, yeah, and then he's like, he was sold. He was sold. He looked at my school ring and he was like, oh, you went to Fatima, which was my school.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And then he's like, how long did you finish? And I was afraid to answer that question. I was like, 6 months ago. And he was like, oh, you are a baby. You are a baby. So, and then the whole conversation changed.
So did they not? So they equate with age with experience, I guess.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
I left. Then ecom.
Okay. What got you into ecom? Who got you sold on? Hey, you should start an ecom agency.
That's what it was dropshipping at first.
Oh.
And then it was dropshipping at first. And then I finished school, and I used to sell at school. I had like 5 schools selling for me. Right?
Okay.
Selling for me. I used to take all that cash and do dropshipping. I probably spent like overall in USD 10K, made back 9K, which I didn't mind. Although I lost, but like I learned a lot. You know,
That's
it's like
great.
ads, you know, ads. And
Dropshipping, you made 9 grand?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I spent, so overall I lost a grand over.
Yeah, but it's like you still made 90% of your money back. That's legendary.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. So that was really good. I didn't have a credit card. Used my brother-in-law's. So I had to convince him to get the credit card.
Yeah.
Because no one in my family has like a credit card. Then stumbled upon Skybox. I think we all stumbled upon it.
Yeah.
Back then. And then I went into it. Quantum Leap back then.
Mm-hmm.
Then I scaled that 10K over the year, 10K, then 20K. But the issue with that is that I had like 1 or 2 clients paying me a lot of money. Raw deals. Right. So when I lost a client, they go with it. You know. So
you went into Kaiback's course, which was ecom for agencies and ecom, right? And then you got clients that were paying you what 10 to 20K a month on revenue share, or what?
Yeah,
do you mean?
Sure. It was like 2K a month plus 10% of ROAS deals. So so we had a brand in the UK, bro. Like she had a large following. All we did was just like retargeting ads.
Oh shit.
That's it. So we had like 30x RAS.
Oh my God.
30x RAS. So
Yeah.
we spent 11K pounds, made up like over 100 grand.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I got 10% of that.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah. But then the good times don't last. So what happened with that client? What happened next?
If I'm being honest, bro, the media buyer who I had at the time, he got like around like half of that. At the beginning, I didn't care because I needed money.
Yeah.
So anything to just whatever they left. Honestly, my media buyer, he messed with me. Like he messaged the client. He was doing some shitty stuff behind my back. Next thing you know, I'm getting random. I still have the messages. I have my receipts. Up to this day, and he took the client basically.
Wow.
He took clients, 2 of them actually. So
both of them, both the ones that you had.
Horrible. Yep. But went from probably 12K to like 1K.
Shit.
Yeah, 1K. And yeah, I just saw random people being added into the ad account.
Yeah.
Like and it's like, what is this?
What's going on?
People message them, no one answered me. You know. So yeah, that's crazy. And they were from Greece. They added some kind of last name, Marco or something.
Yeah.
So I knew where they were from. So yeah, bro, that was messed up.
Interesting. Okay. And but you stayed in ecom, right? You didn't leave it?
Yeah. I should have left a lot sooner, but yeah.
So how did you pick up from there? So you went from losing your clients because of the media buyers to your clients, and then how did you recover?
From there, it was you from there. But as I said, when we were in Spain last year, I watched you for I didn't because we were in the same group back then. We were in the same group back then, and I guess life, when like enough is enough, and you have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I was like, you go to the one like you trust the most. Yeah. And that switched there, and then I hopped in Ham.
Yep.
Ham was the first one. Ham was the first one.
Yeah, $500,000 program.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah, $500,000, and then probably 2 days later, I upgraded. I had an onboarding call with Brandon.
Yeah.
And then I needed, how do you call it? You want to do how do you call it? The outreach, the VAs.
Yeah.
I had one VA, and I wanted like more VAs because I wanted to like ramp.
And then we upgraded you to.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, because I remember you joined. I think at first you paid like 4-point-something K or something like that, and then like 2 weeks later, I was like, I saw a notification on Stripe. I'm like, you spent like 2, 3, 4, 5 grand more. I was like, what the hell is going on? Where's this guy finding the money? Because this is not normal, right? And then you upgraded. So, okay, Jesus Christ. I didn't know that you joined after shit went, like after shit, yeah, really. Like, okay, wow. Yeah. I thought you came working with us when you had the 10, 20K a month clients.
Yeah, bro.
Not because you lost them.
No, because I did have one remain who still, and I've been with them for over 2 years.
Wow.
Ecom, huge brand. But yeah, that had me surviving because it was tough. It was tough. Like,
of course. You lost everything. I mean, technically, you lost all your revenue.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What did you learn from when you were high, just on the high, making shit ton of money from where you're from, to losing all the clients and going back to 1K per month? Like, if there's one thing you learned from that situation, what was it? Or a few things?
I think there's a saying, make hay when the sun shines. So when stuff is up, make sure, don't take the pedal off the gas. Yeah. Mash out that stuff high because it's not gonna rain forever. Secondly, vet your team members really well. Mm-hmm. That's like a big one. That's a huge one. Vet your team members. Check up on them. Don't assume that they're just doing what they doing what they say. Mm-hmm. Don't check up. It's like a difference between, it's not micromanaging, right? Yeah. When I say that, people might think that, oh, you have to micromanage them. No, like, look over the shoulder, right? Look over the shoulder, make sure everything is being done. Yeah. Right? Give them the space, let them make decisions. If they're the head of the department, whatever, it's fine. But I'm thinking like physics is called entropy, right? So if what you don't put your energy in, it's gonna
trust me,
it's gonna flop.
100%. I mean, this is why I keep telling people. For me, that's why shutting down the 30K a month business wasn't scary to me, because I realized that when you're making around 10 to 20K, 30K per month, it's like you're literally 1 week away from going back to being broke, right? So it's like you have to do everything you can to get bigger than life, because the only protection you have from going broke is when you're helping so many people and so many people are getting rich off of you that they have to wake up and make sure that you never go broke. But with a 30, 20K a month with 2 clients giving you a bunch of rev share, this is why I believe the growth partnership model it's oh nice, wow, yeah, 10, 20K. But like, yeah, you could also go broke if two or three of those clients say buy. So many entrepreneurs look at the positive, but they never look at risk. And the risk of relying on just a few clients is one of the most careless thing that you can make. Like, I mean, you look at some of the greatest companies valuation. I've never seen a really valuable company with like 5 clients or 10 clients. Nobody would buy that company because you lose one client, you lose 25%, you lose 20% of the income of that business. So it's like any business, scale is the goal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, man, no, love it. So walk me through now. You jump into $500,000, then you've also sticked around as we switch to kind of like the growth creator model, build and release. And then, you know, walk us through what you realized. You pivoted from ecom, right?
Yeah.
Walk us through the pivot and how you went back into the local market.
Yeah, sure. So quick run around, because obviously, like we're speaking right now, and like what's going through my mind is like, bro, like there's so much like the backstory.
Yeah.
I wrote because it's hard. Like it's hard, as you know, it's hard. I'm especially being from where I'm from, right, in the area and stuff. So, but after that, I went into solar. I was in solar for a while, right? Spending money on ads and on solar. We got a few clients, but we were like, competition is hard. It's just too much. It's like I went into something even more harder. I went into something even more harder.
Would you say that it's competition, or is it that the founder of solar companies are just so dialed in that like they're gonna cook you alive if you don't know what you're trying to
like it's a very sophisticated market industry.
Yeah.
Therefore, you have to know your shit.
Yeah.
You can't just be
offering leads or appointments.
No, you have to have a presence, because bro, like I used to do a cold email. Like looking back, I didn't have a website, bro. You just know now obviously that you need that. You need some sort of presence. People look you up, but I had nothing. I was being eaten alive. And then Billy Jean, when I was in San Diego.
Yeah.
I heard this one thing. He said, never go into business without having a competitive advantage. Right. Mm-hmm. And personally, like for me, like that one line stuck with me. And like in solar, like, I have no competitive.
Nothing.
Well, at least like nothing. But back home here, I was like, okay, I do. Like I would hands on say like, I don't like one of the best in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Like I would hands on say that based on the experience and everything I've had, and you know, and unless there's some kid in the jungle, right? Who and the reason why I say that, and here's why I say that, because I was the kid in the jungle. Right? I was a kid in the jungle. Like where I'm from kind of like a farm area up in the hills, whatever, you know, mother and father strictly farming, all that stuff, nature. That's what I like. And so I know that is,
you know, there's a kid out there cooking up. He's learning. He's on YouTube, getting all the sauce for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. So you never know. I mean, even for me, I get that. I'd be looking up at these kids cooking up companies from the free content, and I'm like, these kids have nothing else to do but just to cook and just learn and just build. And I'm like, there's no way we're going to be able to compete with them. There's no way. Kids today are being born into so much knowledge and so much like knowledge to go print money online that it's like we're too lazy at this point, you know. But keep going. So
I switched, and then like with like the build and release model, so that's where that came into play here. But honestly, if I look at my actions, because I started like a few months ago, about 4 months ago in the space here locally.
Yeah.
But the way I was running it, it wasn't like a build and release model. It was still like the agency model. If I really look at my actions and the deliverables, I'm like, what are they doing? I'm like, what am I doing? People here, they still like they boost the post, so I know everything it's a very unsophisticated market. So I had to be I realized that like I had to numb down things a lot and not get too technical. So I'm still in that zone where I have to figure out how to communicate better. Yeah. That's basically the thing that I'm saying. And we launched here last month. Last month we spent around in USD 1.5K. USD revenue was 20K USD.
Wow.
Right. Cash collected was around 11K.
Okay.
11K USD. Right. But again, that's still the agency model. This week, honestly, bro. But let me be more realistic.
Please.
You guys know like the back end. Last month we had over 101 calls, appointments booked. Do you want to know my close rate?
What is the close rate?
Like 3%. 3%. Like 3%. Bro, but like the last few months it has been tough with like closers where honestly, bro, literally fire them. I hopped back on a call day before yesterday, my first call in months, and I closed the deal for 5K up front.
Mm.
And I, bro, all you are fired. Like all you're fired. And honestly, bro, I've lost so much money. Honestly, accepting mediocrity.
Yep.
Leaving things go longer than they should. It's like now bro, I'm saying, I was with my wife last night before Wednesday. And I'm looking at my numbers, bro, and I feel to cry. It's like this
is insane.
This is crazy. Like how much the last 2 months, how much we spend? Well, not how much, but like how much
you lost? How much
generated and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
So what were you not doing? Were you not like analyzing like, hey, calls taken today, leads came in today, cash collected today? Okay, cool. Like, because for me, every day I wake up, I look at numbers, right? Like I'm not necessarily like talking to every single person in the company. It would take me 30 hours a day to do so, but I wake up and I look at lead flow. I look at conversations. I look at calls booked. Look at calls taken. I look at cash collected. I look at revenue. I look at subscribers. And I know, like, if I go one day where one number is out of KPI, I don't even drink coffee before I'm like, hey, what the hell is going on here, right? But I guess for you, you just put together leads, appointments, and you just
I got spoiled. I was spoiled. I was like, oh, this appointments are cheap. Let's just ramp up. But then when you look at your credit card, you start seeing it's like I know, it's like no. But honestly, it's a lot of issues. If I be honest with myself, one, not viewing the calls as much as I should have. That's one. I hate doing that, but it's I guess it's like the boring stuff that
it's the boring stuff. It's the shit that should be done, but nobody wants to do it. I also don't review calls, but it is what it is.
I just make up some
excuses.
Some excuses. Yeah, I gotta make some new ads. Yeah. God, fun stuff. Yeah. So that's one. Now reviewing the calls, letting them stay too long. Yeah. Taking too many calls and then like saying bye. That's one. And a lot of them, like, they make up excuses like, oh, well, you know, it's like the market, whatever. I had a guy, bro. He closed like 3.2 million, closed highly. He gave me some feedback and everything. And the day before he took calls, he's like, nah, bro, I don't think it's a good fit. And he just bounced. And he just bounced. A lot of guys. It's
so were you hiring closers from like America?
State? Yeah. So that's kind of, I think probably to a cultural thing too here too.
Yeah, no. You can't do that. I think for where you're coming from, it's really not really, because there's a really high barrier of trust in specific cultures, right? So the same way that I would sell to random people is not the same way that they would be sold by like some other guy, right? Or even let's do clear things. For me, being a black guy, I probably get way less money for the value I pursue as if I was white, because anybody who's white is going to engage with another person that looks like them, right? Literally, like, so it's like you can't just look at, that's why if you look at big companies, right? You look at banks, you look at Starbucks, you look at these big entities, trillions of dollars worth of market cap. These guys start marketing with like things like, oh, Pride. But I'm like, what does a bank have to do with a Pride month or like Black History Month? It's because they've learned that like people don't necessarily like you for your service. They have to find things that they can associate with, that they can like. So as an example, if I'm part of the gay community, if you support the gay people, then I'm going to want to do business with you. Not because your product or service is good. So it's like a lot of these bigger companies have learned that like you have to figure out a way to find things that are completely unrelated to your service, but that can pull in a new audience. So for you, if I was trying to go into your market, I would not get a closer right now. You know, we have people closers from Germany and things like that. But it's like, I'm not going with Joseph in your market. Hell no. Yeah. I'm going to find someone like you and I'll be like, hey, let's go cook. Here's an offer. Let's cook. So I would never suggest you delegate your sales calls to someone who's from another culture. It's not going to, you're going to lose money, man. You're going to burn through money.
It's funny you say that because like, I was reviewing a call the other day and he or she brought up like, oh yeah, well, Angela will understand because of the cultural. So she basically indirectly was saying like, hey, like you understand because you're not from here.
Yeah.
So from there, it's not even like a process issue. Like it's
not an objection.
I don't believe in the process.
You don't understand.
Yeah. You don't. So I think that itself will cost me the sale.
Yeah,
that's right. And so I hop back on the call.
Walk me through the 5K deal you closed.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I want to understand like how did they pay you
get
5K? Like let's understand the 5K. Sure.
I switched from the offer was 10K for 4 months, right? Yep. That's with like me buying and everything, ads and like funnels and everything. But now I've switched it to as a kind of an AI infrastructure, but it's not like with right, yeah,
AI cooking. Oh my God, here we go again.
Right, but it's not with like dialing. So with here, it's more so like a sales agent, a sales agent that basically pre-qualifies and pre-sells the appointments 24/7. With the mechanism specifically, it's within WhatsApp.
Nice.
So, all right, so everyone uses WhatsApp, right? Yeah. And SMS and everything. So it's all built within WhatsApp, right? Like bro, like as soon as someone opts in, like within like my funnel, they get a voice note from me. It's really crazy.
Really, I need a bro. How have you never walked me through that? What the fuck? Really, like I need. I'm not on this call, but like I need you to show me WhatsApp. Because one of the things I've been looking at, because I've always been like, because I know how many people use WhatsApp, right? It's so many people, not a lot of people in the States, but everywhere else, WhatsApp is killing it. So I've like, if you could build a funnel that nurtures or that sets through WhatsApp as a platform, that could be so much money because everybody's on their WhatsApp.
It's great.
Anyway, cool. Keep cooking. Yeah. Keep sharing. Yeah. Let's go.
And like when like they book a call with me and they get like the Zoom link, I could literally send them a video automatically. Like, hey, I just saw you booked a call. It's like it's so personalized. Wow. So amazing. And it's like it could be like you can upload the company's information.
Yep.
Within like the back end, and they can have a back and forth conversation that pre-qualifies and books the appointments right on the calendar. It's really sick.
But yeah, keep going. I have questions.
yeah, sure. And so that's like it's 3 main ones. So that's it, number 1. Number 2 is the AI follow up on nurturing sequences. So right, so he has to get emails, but also being done within WhatsApp itself. Right. So I have like my triager. He triple dials them as soon as if he doesn't get through them, he adds a tag and automatically puts them in a sequence on WhatsApp follow up, which is amazing. And then thirdly, it's kind of data, which is actually the angle that actually working right now. Data reactivation. So if someone has like a list of like 10,000, 5,000 people and they want to like reactivate it. So sell that for 30 days implementation.
Right. Okay.
All right. Yeah. 5K. And as a bonus, we run your ads with, we run your ads. We set up a lead gen because I have a med spa client and I'm like, we set up the funnel and it's been running for 2 months.
Yeah.
And we didn't touch anything. So I'm like, I could just pill this once and just place it in 30 days, right? Up front.
Insane. Okay, wait a second. How are you not making $100,000 a month with this offer?
Bro, closing. Well, no, here's what I think. No, sorry. Mostly like with data.
Because let me just make it clear. As soon as we get off this call, we're gonna get probably on another call and we're gonna print.
For sure.
Because because what you just walked us through is something that not everybody's selling, right? It's something that requires some level of scale and integration, or it just requires someone to even have learned it. It's not something being super promoted everywhere. Bro, this is when you make money. You go all in on something. I would even suggest we got to most likely even get outside of your circle and go into ChatGPT. What are the top countries that use WhatsApp? Where the highest usage of WhatsApp is? We're going to go to every business in that area. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah. So we set up a campaign, we then do this implementation, and then it's just running automatically for them. It's running. But if you want us to like manage it, little monthly and gain like the percentage, right? So the deal I closed 2 days ago was actually a solar company in St. Lucia.
Really?
And so honestly, bro, I could have. And here's what I want to get your thoughts on.
Yeah, please.
I created my VSL was long, like the original one. It was like 32 minutes long. Nobody watched it, obviously. But one individual who did watch it, she's from Jamaica. She paid us $8K up front.
Wow.
8K. The St. Lucia gal and she and her husband, I redid the VSL 17 minutes. But honestly, bro, I put the price in it.
Yes,
I did offer, boom, put value, learn this.
Yeah.
I spent this amount of money learning this. I just throw out everything. And I had my receipts.
Yep.
I had my receipts.
Let's go.
How much I paid, boom, 17 minutes. This is the price. 5K. Literally. And then it's going to be 10K, which is true after we get some more testimonials, right? Bro, that was the easiest sale ever. Hopped on.
Let's go.
They watched the video in full, did everything. And 5K.
Yeah, because this is the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like we need to go harder. Like I need to get in and see what you're doing and how we can help you further, because what you're selling is true efficiency. It's not we're going to get you leads and then maybe they might convert, maybe they might not convert. What you're selling is a system and infrastructure that does the work. So it's not like for me, the reason why I haven't been pushing crazy AI is because I haven't necessarily seen a lot of tools that actually that have a clear use case that is consistent. Because when a system is even 5% inconsistent, it's not usable. If Instagram loaded even 30 seconds, it took 30 seconds longer to load Instagram, nobody would be using Instagram. That's why for people who build like tech products or platforms, they're like, speed of loading, speed of anything is everything, and consistency of that speed. So for you have something that is truly valuable, and it's not even dependent on an outcome. It's like once they have it, it's an asset. They can see it, they can touch it, they can see work. So value is being experienced day to day.
Yeah.
So that's a great pitch. And I mean, Jesus Christ, that's really sick. And how much? So walk us through implementation. How much time does it actually take to implement? It's probably not.
Okay. Yeah. Honestly, once you build it, here's the thing. I literally brought, and I had a systems integrator. I onboarded a client yesterday, so he was there, a media buyer who Issa linked me with. He was a great guy, right? So that's it. So I did it at first, so I know how it works. So I'm gonna let him do it, right? I pay him like once it's set up, you just duplicate it for every client.
Wow. Okay, so it's like a snapshot.
You duplicate it. Yeah, a snapshot. Yeah, it's a snapshot. Honestly, it's within Go High Level. It integrates within Go High Level, by the way.
Okay.
It integrates within there, but it's not the WhatsApp thing that Go High Level has, and no, because that has a lot of restrictions and all that, and it's way better. And here's what makes it so lovely too. Just a kind of side thing. How I did cold email back in the day. I'm not sure if you did cold email, but have you ever heard about spin tax?
It's like change the different and
different. You could do that. You could do that for each and every one of them, right?
Okay.
So
nice.
So it will take like based on what they want, like a few. Anyway, it's 4 weeks. So within a week, everything
is built.
Changed.
Nice.
It's built, and that's it, bro. And that's it. All I need right now, media buyer, systems integrator.
That's it.
And that's it.
Wow.
And let's just go.
And the beautiful thing is that this really locks in with the build and release model, because it's you build it once, you build and release it, right? So you build it once, but you can duplicate it into multiple systems, right? Into multiple companies, and then they're not necessarily going to be the ones managing it. So as an example, for me, what I think would be the best pricing eventually, if you're going to even a better market, is 10K to implement it, right? And 1K a month to retain, not even higher, not more than 1K a month. And here is why. The goal when it comes to retaining clients after they've, let's say, paid you for an upfront setup, is to retain them for such a low fee that like they could literally lose their home and still not want to cancel your bill. That's how you increase that's how you have a really high retention rate. I've changed my mindset around retaining people for thousands and thousands of dollars, because as soon as lead flow breaks, appointments isn't great, cash flow isn't great, they're like, hey, Endo, please, we can't pay their invoice. Please don't send me an invoice again. But if it's $1,000, they're going to look at every other service provider that they work with, people they can fire before they cancel that 1K a month, right? So I think for me, it could even be $500 a month. I don't really care, because the efficiency on that dollar.
I have a question,
please.
And that's what I'm thinking. So from there, after we implement it, remember, if they choose, they can have us manage their ads. But that's something but that's like a separate thing from the system itself. But what do you think?
Yeah, I would throw even done for your ads in the 1K, 1.5K a month. I'm not charging higher.
Okay. You have both. So for the system and also build manage
like
ads.
If you want, so let's say you could have like, hey, we're going to come in, implement 5K upfront. So let's do it for the 5K you're doing right now, right? Mm-hmm. It'll be 5K and then $500 a month afterwards to manage it. If you want ads, we can do it for $1,500. We'll manage the system and we'll also run your ads, and we'll consult you. Like that would be a great package. And then there's no single client who will not want that deal. The goal is to get everybody on. Now, here is important. There will come a few clients, a few companies that are just killing it, that are just superstars. Yeah. Those ones, you're like, hey, not only can we run ads, not only can we just set up this chatbot, but actually think you need more leveraged acquisition, more team members. Then you can actually go into a partnership angle. So you think essentially we'll have like two different tiers of retention. You will have the businesses that you partner with, and you will have the businesses that you just retain and just cash flows crazy 80-90% profit margins, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. But how you said the 500 and like 1.5K, because not everybody I may want to manage the ads for. No. Right? Somebody might just want like the system alone and just keep it like recurring for like 500, as you mentioned before, which is fine. Fine. My another question for you is like for content, right? So personally, I hate short form, right? I don't like creating. I have a few in my Instagram, but I only have it there just so it doesn't look stagnant, right?
Yep.
I like long form YouTube
For
stuff.
sure.
I get in my zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I did a poll and everything, and I just go around asking people
Yeah.
who I know, and they're mostly on IG.
Okay.
They don't.
How many of them have bought from you? So
You're
their
right.
opinion doesn't matter.
You're right.
All right.
You're right. You're right.
Like right now, we have a client who literally all I did in the last 3 weeks is I built them a new VSL and we re-engaged with his list. And he normally collects like 40K, 50K a month. And in the last 3 weeks, from right now, we're shooting this on the 12th of September. We launched the VSL on the 20th, right? We've cash collected over 100 grand. And you know how long the VSL was? Over 50 minutes.
50.
Over 50 minutes. One video, banger, crazy VSL. And we just pushed it, and he just collected 6 figures in the last like 3 weeks and a half, right? Like we haven't done any ad, we haven't done any short, we haven't done shit. All he took was one thorough banger that just changes everybody's beliefs, showcases the proof, showcases the process, and people just come piff 10, 9K, 10K, 9K, 10K, 9K, 10K, 9K, 10K, like as if it's chump change. So for you, you're not trying to, the goal is not for you to become famous or to entertain people. You want to sell these systems. 99% of everyone who follows you have no use case for what you're selling. And if the only people who will find use cases consuming content are those that search for it online and find you on YouTube or Google. Nobody searches AI stuff on Instagram, like nobody does. I don't do shorts. I mean, I do shorts, but on YouTube, my team does it. They distribute it, but I don't know anybody who's bought from me because they saw a short.
Who's that short? Yeah. Yeah. Because I was going to ask you, like, how do I really implement that into the content for demonstration?
Yeah. I would do shorts. The only reason why you would do shorts is like, if you're trying to figure out a mechanism to create new ads at scale and you're trying to test them. I think Ravi Abuvala does this where he's going to post a bunch of shorts, see which one picks up the most on his organic, and then he's going to put it into an ad. Like if you're trying to do that so you can find new ads, great. But I don't want to do it just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, I don't, especially right now, bro. And one more thing that I want to ask you too on my thought process based on like the data who is bought, and I really want to get. No, I don't hop on calls with anyone who doesn't watch the PSL, because a lot of them is like, okay, what do you do, or what, and like even like, and they can't pay, they can't afford. And like I just wasted a bunch of time, and closers wasted a bunch of time. I think and my mind just run back on you like, dude, after most educated, shortest sales cycle, right? So from the time they book, it's all the watch it, my triage, watch it, and I make sure and say it explains the process, case studies, and pricing.
Yeah.
So they know beforehand, right? Yeah. But honestly, I've actually seen more success, not in my own country, but on the other islands.
Oh, really?
Yeah. On the other islands, it's great.
I'd love to test your this offer in Europe.
I think they mostly use it there as well.
Yeah, WhatsApp is used heavily in Europe too. The States not so much. I think Europe for sure. Europe and South America and the islands for sure.
Yeah. Everything.
But yeah, no, I'd love. I mean, I would almost want to kind of shut down this call and just we actually get to cooking. But so, what's your goal now? What's your goal within the next, like the Q4? What do you want? What's your goal now that you're selling 5K packages up front and a 17-minute VSL that just showcases, K gives the price away and just say fuck it, like let's go.
Yeah, because after like with like the closers and everything and seeing the appointments, I'm like, bro,
man, fuck this shit.
No, just watch it. If you see it, I even had a guy hey bro, I watched a video. I don't think it's a good fit right now. I don't have funds, not no money basically. Like, okay, cool.
That's cool.
Fine, right?
Yeah, just disqualify them right away. Because anyway, like for me, even like in my like the videos that I posted lastly on YouTube, I just said, hey, working with us is like, hey, it's either incubator is 12 grand, 12.5K if you want us to kind of like implement, or 9K if you want to buy the thing and implement it yourself. You buy or you don't buy. I don't really care. Like because our time is valuable, man. Like we're not here to babysit and disrespect our own value. Like the amount of work you had to put in to even end up right here with the current offer you have, it's years and shit ton of money spent and a lot of stressful days. So people who are wanting to get the leverage from you should be paying down that cost, because you had to pay a lot more than they will. Like, if someone's complaining about 5K and knowing what you had to go through to even end up here, that's disrespectful, So yeah,
no, you're right.
Give them the VSL. If they like it, they don't like it, it's cool. Whatever. Cool. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah, share your goals.
Well, I want to do this 5K offer. I want to get a 50K a month at the beginning, and then go in overseas and see whether the market, see if we scale that to like 100K, 500,000, whatever.
Yeah.
Because honestly, bro, it's about time. It's about time. I literally, it's just my number one bottleneck now is the closing. Literally it.
Yeah.
So now I think while we're working on that, appointments are cheap.
Yeah.
So but sometimes a cheap appointment is a cheap.
I know exactly. It's a cheap audience. It's like, so cheap people, cheap leads means cheap people. You know, so
Yeah.
that's why for me it's like I've never optimized for lead cost. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
All right. So now, because I didn't know, like, it's actually good that we're catching up because we haven't really caught up in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I'd like from you is send me the breakdown of the actual tool that you guys are implementing. I'd love to kind of like work with the team and see how we can test it even like in Europe, right? And see how the market reacts there. And yeah, let's print some money and let's go to Cape Town. You're coming to the retreat?
Of course, man. Come on. Yeah, come on. It's there last year. You can't mess with this.
Yeah, this year we're going to Cape Town. I'm going to be bringing the team. We're probably going to stay a little longer there, like maybe over 2 weeks for sure, because it's just so beautiful. It's like the weather. I mean, your weather is also good, but the sunset there are to die for. So yeah, we pushed it back because there's just so much work. Q3, Q4 is starting. It's like, no, we ain't got time to go be celebrating. There's nothing to celebrate right now. We got to work, you know?
It is.
But yeah, what's one advice you can give to someone who's in a country where they think that they are disadvantaged, right? Because I get so many DMs of people, not necessarily from the islands, but let's say from Africa, everywhere, who are like, oh, but like, hey, do you think you can do this here? You can. I'm like, you have the internet. You're DMing me, and we're not in the same continent. So, what makes you think that where you're from limits your capability of building a successful company, right? So what's from your experience, from having built what you've built, what advice do you have for people trying to?
Yeah, honestly, bro, if in my experience, when I first signed my few e-com clients, I think that they actually like you more because they know that this gal is from a third world country or whatever. They hustle, like they have like my best interest, and even if like I position it as that because it is true, right?
Yeah,
like they hustle, like they hustle and they have your back. So bro, like I was actually gonna send this in the wins channel. When I closed the 5K deal, I didn't send it in the wins channel, but like in my mind, I'm like, when you scroll in the wins channel, you see all these wins, and I'm like, bro, but like you don't know the behind the scenes, right? You don't know behind the scenes. And like I was gonna do the win, but like also like, bro, like if you're in this group, and I was in it, and you haven't experienced a win in a while or whatever, and like you're seeing wins. And you know, because I was like, you know, I'm still like, you know, it's like, shit.
Yeah.
Everybody has like these wins, but like guys, like if you're watching this, like, it's like, what is the other option? Like, what are you gonna do? Give up? And then somebody else in the jungle is gonna do it, right? Somebody else is gonna do it, and then you're gonna see him or her, and then that could have been you.
Yeah.
But it'd be like for you or like your family. Like for me, bro, like my family is huge. As like on my mother's side I have 14 aunts and uncles.
Wow.
And then from there's like the cousins.
Jesus.
Yeah, the cousins. Then my dad is like 7 of them. Then the cousins.
Yeah.
It's huge, right? And I love them. I love my family, right? I really love them, right? No matter what. So, well, for me, it's like, bro, like you gotta. When I went to Spain with you guys last year, like, bro, like, they gotta see this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So if you're from the third world country, right now when you're watching us or wherever, bro, like, you could be that guy. You could be that guy. Show your parents, show your loved ones.
Yeah.
I bro, like my wife and I, we went to Jamaica, did sign, and it was beautiful. We was like, with dolphins. Yeah. And it's just so, it was so amazing, right? Yeah. And there's no price for me. That is like I'm speaking for me. I don't care what I have to go through. Looking back, I'm like, shit, I really did that. I think like my risk is a little bit too high. Yeah. The tolerance is honestly it's a bit too high. To be honest, it's kind of crazy like what I do, but like there's an option, guys. So
there's no other. And for me, what I love, for me, I think, you know, if you're born in a wealthy country in a wealthy family, man, you're losing out on the story of you becoming someone that you never thought you could become, and that feeling of knowing that you made it. Like getting that feeling is worth 100 lifetimes of sacrifices. So to everyone who's watching this and who's a little bit, you know, who's giving into that fear of like, hey, what if this doesn't work? Or like they're maybe running a business, but they're running it so mediocre that they're not really making enough money to really like be special. Like sacrifice that little business. It's stupid. Fuck bullshit. Like if you're going to start a business, you better not become average. You better not be the average. Because what's the point? Like you're going way too much sacrifice only to make a few pennies every month. Like so there's no point in it. Like if you're going to go big, if you're going to do it big. and show an example, become an inspiration to your environment. Because I'm sure for you, Endo, you know, when you come to us with, you know, in the retreat, and, you know, your environment, your family, your network, your followers see the lifestyle and everything where you're at. I'm sure there's a kid out there who's like, yeah, I gotta lock in. And that kid would have never been inspired if we just let people from online who they don't have any connection to, or they don't have any proximity to. You know, like, it's different when you see someone who you grew up with make millions of dollars. That versus, oh, people make millions. Oh, it's just so far away that, like, they must be special. They must have this one thing. No, bro. Like,
they grow up.
We come from the same place. We have access to the same internet. We have access to the same conditions, but I turned them into something that's completely different. Like that to me is why I personally work every day. It's why I wake up. It's like, I don't believe I need more money or I need more whatever, but like, sometimes I'd be like, to the me before, it's like, seeing me would have fucking lit a fire under my ass to just get after it. Probably faster than I did. I should have been 16 when I was printing money online, not 22, not 23. You know, I should have started 10 years ago, you know, but, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, cool. I got another call right now, but thanks for jumping on, man. I really appreciate it. And good stuff on, I love the offer. I love the research. I love the innovation. So send me the breakdown, and then, and then, yeah.
Should I send you the VSL? Should I send you the VSL?
Yeah. Do you in the VSL, do you kind of like showcase the tool, or
I showcase screenshots and the end results?
Cool.
This is what.
Send me the VSL, and yeah, we'll talk more. But yeah, any last words you have for them, for the people watching this?
If you're in a rut, keep grinding. I don't know. Just keep going through.
There's no
because like I think what Alex, I think like he said it, and like it was like for me in this offer, you have the wall, but like just beyond the wall is like the goal is like money, you know. And for me, I feel it. I feel it there. Although like spend money like with the team and like the bank account, maybe going up or down or whatever, but like it's there, like the goal is there. And like my favorite quotes, I have like my story video on my YouTube, but it's like my wife, she reminds me of this too. It's like the temptation to give up is greatest right before you succeed. All right, and that sticks with me really deep. So that's my final word.
Love it, man. Awesome. All right, cool, man. All right, speak soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.